rebirth of the 3D era of video games has dawned. Its champion, Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 is Nintendo's first attempt at a 3D Mario game. Usually the first time ends up a mess, especially when dealing with 3D. Can Nintendo overcome the hurdles of a third dimension, or will they fall prey to the trappings of a new tech? The story is exactly what you'd expect from a Mario game. Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach and occupied her castle. He stole a whole whack of power stars from the castle and hid them within the paintings. These paintings are the stages of the game, and it's never stated how they are. Other than all that, there is no other story. Story is not exactly the focal point of any Mario game anyway. Gameplay is where the game stands out from the previous games. Since it's in 3D, you have more freedom than previous games, seeing as the stages aren't on a two-dimensional plane. You are free to explore the open stages at your will and are tasked with completing goals to earn power stars. As you earn power stars, you are able to progress further through the castle to discover new stages. Each stage is vastly different in design, and a lot of them have special gimmicks, such as raising and lowering the water levels. Each goal is different, and it can be challenging to complete them all. Mario can punch enemies now, but most enemies can still be defeated by jumping on them. Mario controls well for his first 3D outing, and while it can be irritating, the camera is well done, only getting in your way less than half of the time. The structure is very similar to that of Mario Bros. 3 or Mario World, just explorable. The castle has 3 floors and each has multiple secrets to uncover. The frame rate can dip pretty low often, and Mario's shoes are a little slippery. But other than that, the game is fantastic. Nothing better could have been created on Nintendo's first attempt. The music is a little mixed. There are only a few tracks that get reused often, and the main Mario theme isn't used. That's not to say the music is bad, but it's not very varied, though it tends to all be catchy. The sound effects are great. Mario has a voice now, and he sounds how you'd expect. The enemies mostly share the same sound effects as well. The game's not bad on the ears. Looks great for being the first 3D Mario game. The stages are all great to look at, Mario is modeled well, the enemies look great, as does the castle. There's not much better they could have done in a launch with the Nintendo 64. Nothing really looks terrible, and Mario's animations are great. Super Mario 64 changes how we look at platformers. launch title for the Nintendo 64 and the first true 3D platformer, Mario 64 is a revolution. If you ever had any doubts that Mario could be done justice in 3D, Super Mario 64 would prove you wrong. It's challenging, great to look at, and, most of all, fun. There are plenty of stages for you to explore and plenty of goals for you to complete, meaning that this game will last a while if you go for everything. This is one game that shouldn't be missed by anyone. I toss this game a 9 out of 10.